Xin chào các khán giả Việt Nam, những bạn yêu mến luật hấp dẫn và yêu mến Master Sri Akarshana. Hôm nay mình đã mời được thầy để có một buổi phỏng vấn để hỏi thầy những câu hỏi mà các bạn thường đặt cho mình. Mình rất là hào hứng để gặp thầy và cũng rất là hồi hộp, tại vì thầy rất là bận rộn mà để gặp được thầy thì cũng rất là khó. Nhưng mà hôm nay mình mời được thầy cho nên mình rất là hào hứng để phỏng vấn thầy, để hỏi thầy những câu hỏi mà mình thường nhận từ các bạn đó. Và như các bạn đã biết thì kênh Master Sri Akarshana tiếng Việt của mình dạo gần đây thì có gặp một số trục trặc, thì mình sẽ cố gắng hồi phục lại kênh đó. Nhưng mà nếu trong trường hợp bất khả kháng mình chưa thể làm được điều này thì các bạn cũng kiên nhẫn nha. Và trong cái thời gian này thì các bạn có thể xem trên kênh Đứa Trẻ Bên Trong để xem về thiền hướng dẫn, và cũng như những video mà mình dịch và thuyết minh để truyền tải thông điệp của Master Sri Akarshana đến với các bạn. Và bây giờ mình đang chờ thầy vào online để mình có thể bắt đầu cuộc phỏng vấn, cho nên các bạn chờ chút xíu nha.
Namo Himalaya.
Namo Himalaya, Master. I can't believe that you're here. Thank you, Master, for being here. I would like to introduce you to my Vietnamese audience. That, as you know, that you allow me to spread your message wider to my country. And today it's my pleasure to have you. And Vietnamese audience, this is Master Sri Akarshana, and the person you want to see the most. And it's our privilege today to have him. And so I can have a chance to ask him the questions that you asked me. So, Master, thank you for being here today, and thank you for saving your time. But I know that you're so busy with a lot of projects with I Am Creator, and but you can save some time for me. You never know that how much it means to me, and yeah, I don't want to.
I think, Hang, first of all, I just want to say a big thank you for everything that you're doing. I think you're doing a wonderful job sharing love and positivity with the world, and with the thousands of people that you're touching upon. It's beautiful to see. So it's actually my privilege to be here with you here today.
Oh, you're just so humble. Thank you so much. I'm excited and I'm also nervous at the same time, because yeah, 1,000 people want me to ask you the question, and you're just here. I just can't believe it. And yeah, I just go straight to the first question, if you don't mind.
That's okay.
Yeah. So the question is, I know that I need to practice to be positive by avoiding negative, and raise the positive vibration in different ways, like meditation, confirmation. But the negative people that I have to deal with is the loved one, like my mom, my husband, my children, and I cannot run away from them. I cannot avoid them because I have to live with them. So what can I do, and what is your advice?
I think when it comes to loved ones and they are negative, I think this is very normal. A lot of people have to deal with this, and I would usually refer to 3 things to look at. Number 1 is understand that most energy is consumed with our eyes, eye contact. So we will find when we look at somebody's eyes while communicating, a lot of our energy feels drained. When we don't give direct eye contact, we can look at the face, look at the nose, they will never know. But if you look anywhere on the face, you will feel at the end of the conversation, you don't feel as drained by the energies, and you don't receive the negative energies as much. So number 1 is probably try to prevent eye contact when there's negative people around you. That would help protect your energies. The second thing is referring to your breath work. So we naturally know that when we inhale, it's receiving. When we exhale, it's pushing out. So what you will find is that sometimes when actually people do it unconsciously. That's why a lot of the time people, when they're very stressed, they breathe out. When people are frustrating them, they breathe out because they feel better after it. So instead of doing it so obviously and so loud, what they can do is, let's say there's negative people around you, then all you do is a light exhale with the nose. While you're exhaling and they're speaking or doing their negative actions, you will naturally find you're creating a shield to protect from those negative energies too, to keep your vibrations high. So that's the second thing. And the final thing, the third thing I would refer to, it's all about cognitive reframing. So how can you reframe the situation so that you're not seeing it as bad as people may see it? It's all perspective. So reframe the situation, reframe the story. Let's say, for example, if somebody's being very negative and you feel like they're attacking you, why don't you use, instead of thinking, oh, this is so bad, they're against me, or they don't like me, or they don't believe in me, why not reframe the situation in your head to have a different emotion? For example, say, oh, that person's interesting. Oh, that person's cute. And when you say the word cute, naturally you'll smile and you think it's funny. So it will change your vibrational frequency. So I'll usually refer to these three things.
Okay, Master. So 3 things: avoid eye contact, do the breath work, like, because one of your video, you're talking about creating the shield, like a bubbles. Mm-hmm. Like it's a energy bubbles. And
that's right.
And the third thing is you
reframe the situation.
Yeah. Situation. I learned that from me as well. That's a good technique. I will apply that one. And Master, the second question is, how many times visualization I need to do every day to make law of attraction effective?
Visualization in law of attraction can happen even if you do it once. Whether you need to do it 1 time or do it 5 times or do it 10 times or do it daily depends on how emotionally connected you are. The purpose of a visualization, when you visualize something, is so that you can see it, then you will feel it. When you feel it, you become the vibrational frequency. When you become the vibrational frequency, you attract what you are. So there's no real answer to do it 7 times, do it 10 times, do it 15 times. It's more to do with, if I know when I visualize, I feel it with every cell of my body and it stays within me, then visualizing once is okay. If I get caught up in negative environment and negative vibrations, then I need to visualize again to bring me back to the vibrational frequency. So it depends on your vibrational frequency.
So it's not about the quantity, but it's about the quality every time you visualize. Yeah.
That's right, yes.
That makes sense. Thank you, Master. And the third question is, how to, because this is a very common question. I got a lot of questions from the Vietnamese audience. They struggle with the difficulties that they ask, because when they visualize with a strong emotion, because emotion is the energy emotion, it's like it push up the manifestation. But when they put the strong emotion during the visualization, but at the same time, they have to let go and they cannot think about it anymore. They just let go and live the life. And because the moment they visualize and they already make the attachment, and later on they have to let go and not think about it. So this is the real struggle that most of the audience encounter. So how can they do it correctly and naturally?
Yeah, I think a lot of the time people get confused with the letting go part in law of attraction. So letting go doesn't mean you forget the vibration. It doesn't mean you forget what you were trying to manifest. It means you are letting go, you are detached from the outcome. That's all. So let's say, for example, if my manifestation was I want to manifest a new car or a new house or a new partner, whatever that thing be. If I think about it, I feel it, my vibrational frequency shifts towards it. And later on in the day, I still feel it and I still think about that person or the car or the house. That's okay. That's not a problem. As long as I'm not attached to the outcome. What does that mean? If I'm chasing it, you will know if you're attached or not. For example, if you're like, if you keep checking your bank account, where's the money? Why is the money not coming yet? Why is the money not coming in yet? You know you are attached to the outcome. If you keep looking around and thinking, where's the love of my life? Why is it not manifesting? You know you're attached. But thinking about the manifestation is not a problem. So you don't have to let go of thinking about it. You can think about it. But if you feel like you're needy, you need to get the result now. I need to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Then you are attached to the outcome. So that is the part where you detach from outcome. Not so much you don't let go of your manifestation. You are letting go of the expectation of outcome.
So, which means we don't attach the outcome. We still know what we try to manifest. We can think about it sometimes when we suddenly remember it, but we don't really think about it like, I really need that. But what happened when they really, like, when they feel like they needy? So they need to drop the expectation immediately by the breath work, I think.
Yeah, I think, breath work is the answer again, because you see, when you are needy, you are thinking about the future. What is going to happen in the future? Or you're thinking about the past. Why hasn't it happened yet? When you breathe, you bring your presence of mind back into this moment. So in this moment right now, there's me, there's you. There's nothing else. So even if I'm thinking of, even if I had a dream to manifest a new house, if I live in this moment right now, it's only me and you. There's no house. So if I keep focusing in the moment, in every moment, when I'm eating, it's me and the food. When I'm with my family, it's me and the family. When I'm at work, it's me and the work I need to do. If they focus in every single moment, what they'll find is the manifestation will miraculously come without you thinking about it.
Yeah. So the more they can be in the present, the faster and the better the manifestation will come.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a hard thing to do.
It's just breath. That's all. I think when I was when I used to do a lot of speaking in Vietnam. I think they say breathe in is, what is it? Kiso? Is it?
Kiso.
Is it? How do you say breathe in? Inhale.
Hít vào.
Oh, and then how do you say exhale?
Thở ra.
Thở ra.
Thở ra. That's beautiful. Oh, you can speak Vietnamese.
Inhale, exhale, yeah.
Just hít vào and thở ra. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Master. It's beautiful. And the next question, I find it a little bit similar to the previous one, but I would like to ask you as well. So the audience, the Vietnamese audience, they feel like, I feel lack, I feel lonely, I feel poor, but at the same time, I know that I need to raise my vibration to feel abundance. And yes, I do some practice like meditation, confirmation, but deep down in me, somehow I feel still lack. And how can I shift my consciousness effectively so I can really feel abundance?
I think, I mean, it's always going to be tough when your surrounding is not looking very abundant and you're just telling yourself, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. But as crazy as it sounds, the more you visualize it, the more you feel it. Let me give you an example. So if we visualize something, we can create a kind of a little bit of a vivid image inside the mind. If we do a vision board, we see it in front of us, but it's still not belonging to us. How do we feel it even more? By trying to create ourselves inside an environment like that. I'll give you an example. Long before I manifested like money or wealth in my life, when I was practicing law of attraction, I would actually, before I bought any supercar or anything like that, I would actually take myself to view cars, supercars, cars that at the time I could not afford. But I would go in and I would sit inside the cars in the showroom. I would sit in it Ferraris, Lamborghinis, I'll sit in it and I'll feel it and I'll smell it, I'll feel it, and it just feels good. And I would spend some moments in there doing things like that. I would take myself into expensive environments, things that look royal with gold around and comfortable seating and everything. And I'll sit there feeling like a king. Although I didn't have the money at the time, but it made me feel that way. So what I would encourage is probably two things here. Number one is to try and find some environments which make you feel wealthier, make you feel more special, right? Try to create your surround. Like, even if you live in a small house, there's still ways to tidy the house a little bit better. Put some gold, it doesn't have to be real gold, but gold ornaments here and there. It naturally makes us feel a little bit more wealthy, you see. Another thing that a friend of mine taught me back then about law of attraction, I used to always use credit card to buy things. He used to always use cash. I asked him one day, I said, why is it that every time you carry this, his wallet couldn't fit in his pocket. He always carried this amount of cash. I said, you have a lot of money. He said, no, that's all my money. I said, you carry all of your money around with you? He said, yeah. I said, why do you do that? He said, it makes me feel better. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, look, take your wallet out, open it up. I took my wallet out and he said, when you look at your wallet, how do you feel? And I say, well, it's empty. He says, yeah, exactly. So how do you feel? You feel empty. He said, look, carry my wallet. Imagine you took it out of your pocket. How do you feel? You feel like you have a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And he said, just that feeling. So how can you change your environment a little bit so that it gives you that feeling? So these things can work as well. But then the second thing I think is very important is that you have to have some sort of strategy, some sort of plan to make money. You cannot just believe in law of attraction and say, I wish. You also need to know, what are you going to do to generate more money? So that system needs to be there.
Yeah. Just like 50% we use a lot of attraction, and 50% we need to be practical to have some solution, to make a plan.
That's right.
Yeah. That's that's very practical. And I remember one time I read a book from a Zen master in Vietnam, and some statement really hit me. It says, when your mind changes, the environment will change for you. But I know that this is so a high level, because you need to be conscious from the inside. But for the majority, like what your advice is, like, we can use the positive environment to, it's a kind of tricking our mind, because like you said, we can tidy up the house, because what we see, what we hear, what we taste really affects how we think, how we feel.
That's
so
right.
Now at the little bit lower level, we can use the environment. We try to avoid negativity, avoid negative people, and we create a positive environment around us so they can affect us somehow. And with the solution, with the plan strategies, then we can bring ourselves more confidence. And yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of tricking our mind a little bit by using environment to change us. But at the same time, we can practice maybe meditation so we can change from the inside, because without changing from the inside, anything we're looking forward from the outside is just temporary. But if we want something really solid, then we need to change from the inside.
That's right.
Am I correct, Master?
That's right. Very.
And the next questions will be, can I attract someone who already left me and he's having someone new? It's really hard for me to answer that.
The answer is yes, because we can manifest anything in life. However, I would highly encourage the person to consider, if the person has left you to be with somebody else, that person, you probably want them back because you love them, I'm guessing. And if you love them, do you want them to be happy? I'm guessing your answer is yes. And if the answer is, the next question is, are they happier with the other person? If they are, then shouldn't you be happy if it's real love? Love is not about ownership. So you do not have to own what you love. Love is free, is unconditional. So this is a good learning for everybody. The short answer is yes, you can. You can manifest anything you want. You can manifest anyone back. Just like somebody can leave a job and go back to a job. Just like anyone can leave a relationship, go back to a relationship. Same thing. So it can happen. But I think we need to consider, do we really love? Is it real love? Or is it just that we have this sense of ownership or ego?
Our ego, yeah. Sometimes we misunderstand attachment and genuine love. Yeah. So maybe when somebody don't like us and we feel bad, or we want somebody back to make us to feel good. So at the end of the day, we think about our ego. I want you because you say something I want to hear. You look the way I want to see. And I want you because I cannot handle my loneliness, or I cannot handle the feeling that I lost something, and I cannot handle that I'm a loser. So I want to prove that I own you, just like you said. It's not about ownership.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really tough to do that. It's very high consciousness, and it's a very good advice for those who want to attract somebody's already don't love them anymore. It's also a lesson for me, because it happened to me before. Yeah, I tried to hold somebody back, and that's how I found you, Master. That's how I found you, because it's funny. I want to share you personally, because when I tried to attract him, and it's so miracle. I visualize how I met him and how I handed him the letter or something, and I see him the way I want to see. It's happened exactly the same way. It's 100%. And when I met my colleague, and my colleague asked me, okay, go for the law of attraction, just like you attract, something like that. And at that time, I think a few years back, I didn't know what law of attraction means. And when I searched online, that's how I saw you. And the first video that I saw from you is the video you talk about the real meaning of meditation. I hope you remember that one.
I remember.
Yeah, and I have to tell you that I'm a difficult audience, and not many people can attract my attention. But with your videos, I stick my eyes to your video and the way you talk, and I feel like I know you a long time ago. I feel like I know you. I don't know why, but and what you share about meditation, it's a thing. What I'm thinking, meditation is not about trying to empty the mind, try to be blank, but how we're aware what's happening, sound, taste, about observation, just purely observation. And it just hits me, and that's how I follow you, and I just continue. And for me, I feel like I see your soul before. Sorry, I'm so lost. But yeah, and like I said, I'm difficult audience. And until now, Master, until now, when I translate your video, I'm still addicted. I met you so many times online, the course. But the thing that really impressed me is your vibration is always stable. Because when we create some kind of energy, the person who's talking to us, they can feel it, even a little bit, even a little something, but you can maintain the same level of consciousness. So I don't know how you do it, how you maintain it, because I really need the skills. Because when I go back home to Vietnam, I need to work with a lot of people, my teachers and parents, children. I really need that kind of patience, calmness, and consciousness. And yeah, I just want to learn from you. And I'm telling you, I'm addicted to your video until now. every time I translate. So I can guess that the Vietnamese audience, they feel the same. So they watch your video all over again. And yeah, I really enjoy every time I do that. Okay, I go to the next question, Master. Sorry, I'm lost.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master. So the next question would be, Master, do you have any plan in the near future to come to Vietnam? Many of them ask me to teach us about law of attraction.
Of course. So I'm just waiting for your invite, and then we should set a time. We bring all the fans, bring all the community together, and then we should host an event there. Yeah, I haven't been to Vietnam for maybe 5-6 years now. I used to run events there, maybe every 2 months for a few years. So we have a good following out there, and I think it's beautiful in Vietnam, and I feel the Vietnamese is very heartwarming, very friendly, and very hungry for growth. They're very open for learning new things. So it used to be my favorite place to go on when we used to do the Asia tour. So for sure, now that all lockdown is over now, and that is over, and now you are also establishing this work out in Vietnam, I think we can bring the people together. Maybe we try within this year, let's try to set some event, a big event, bring maybe 300 to 1,000 people inside a room, and then we will teach law of attraction.
Such a good news that you're willing to travel. And yeah, I have more ambitions to ask you, just my personal, that do you consider to have a headquarter in Vietnam? Because I can see that, yeah, like you said, we really hungry to grow. And so many young people in Vietnam, and we need the conscious beings like you. And I feel like my intuition feels like you're just a perfect fit for Vietnamese community. You're just perfect fit. And somehow when I think about you, I feel like you might have a headquarter in Vietnam. I hope
Let's
that you
do it. So this is us setting our intention. Let's do it.
Yeah, because you know why? Because now Vietnam is booming. Vietnam is so developing, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs, rich people. But rich or entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that they are conscious. And if you think about, if the rich people, they gain more consciousness, you can see that how much benefits they can bring to the country and also the world. Right. And because I met quite a few of them, you know what I mean, right? I met quite a few of them. I feel like it's a waste when they have the wealth, and at the same time they have the consciousness like you. So it can bring benefits to children and old people. And because every time I go back to Vietnam, I feel sad when I see old people and children, they're not taken care of well. And at the other side, wealthy people, they don't really put effort to take care of the community. So I do think that we need you. We need you. Yeah. And because you're not only a spiritual leader, but at the same time, you are wealthy at the same time, you know. So I think you're just 100% fit for Vietnamese community. So I hope in the future we can attract you to have a headquarters. And I'm sure you can find a lot of people who's hardworking and willing to work for a better place to live. Thank you, Master. And the next question is, Master, how can I enroll my course to learn about law of attraction, but our English is not good enough?
Well, I think then we'll have to wait for our partnership with Hang, and we will have to put something together in Vietnamese for our crowd there. We've been actually speaking about doing something for our Vietnamese friends for a long time now. So I think we will create some Vietnamese courses for law of attraction as well, and obviously with our certified coaches and things like that, we'll get the message out there. So yeah, let's plan now that it's brought up in public. Then we have to plan for this year to actually create something for the Vietnamese people.
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that, because you're willing to do it. I know it takes time, and we need to be patient, but it's such a good news that you said, yes, let's do it. Yes, Master, this is my last question, because I know you're busy to go for the other meeting. So my last question is my personal question, and it is about the advice from you, from me. As you know that I will go back home to Vietnam from Dubai to go back to my field as education. And I would like to apply the education for peace, because I think education is about equipped human to live a healthy life, not only try to be rich, to be a doctor, engineer, that many parents try to force their children to go the way they want them to. So education for peace is about how we live the life, you know, and because I do think that children are the hope and the future, and it's easier to create a healthy person than to fix a broken adult. So that's what I think. You see how hard we have to do a lot of things, meditation, confirmation, just to cleanse our subconsciousness. But as you can see, children from 0 to 6 or 7, it's so easy to install, like a computer, a brand new consciousness. So I would like to raise awareness for the adults, so they become more conscious parents, conscious teachers. So this is my goal, what I'm gonna do. But what is your general advice? Because I know that you're not only a spiritual leader, you're also entrepreneurs, and a lot of attraction is just a part of your journey. So I know that you can advise me more on education, so how I can do a better job.
I think that regardless, this path currently is going to be a little bit tougher than the future. Future will get easier and easier when the whole of humanity's consciousness becomes greater. Right now, law of attraction is still relatively new. Personal development is not so many people are totally open for it right now in terms of changing their mindset and things like that. Because when it's a beautiful thought to help kids. It's just that the kids will not have the money to pay for what they need. It will have to be the parents who buy into it, who want it for their kids. So that's why we've also had ideas before in terms of helping the kids, but we came to a realization that what kind of parent will pay for a course for a kid with regards to consciousness, meditation, law of attraction, personal development? What type of parent? It will only be the conscious parents. So in that sense, you might as well create an academy for the adults learning about law of attraction. And then when you've got enough adults there, there's going to be plenty of them that are parents who will send their kids to the education as well. If you're just trying to reach out to the kids, it's going to be quite tough because you need the adults to be conscious to send the kids. So I feel that it's probably easier to reach the adults and then from there give the opportunity for the kids to learn. An alternative way to look at it is to actually pitch the idea to schools to add certain small parts to the curriculum, and so that you're not paid by the parents, but you're more paid by the schools or even by the government. I know that there's a lot of schools, some in America, some in the UK now as well, which are introducing things like meditation in schools now. So they're starting to introduce this level of consciousness. So that's another way to go about it from a venture standpoint, that you're not trying to close the deal with the parents, you are closing the deal with the schools and the local authorities and organizations. So these are the two approaches I would look at.
It's such a excellent advice, Master. I was thinking about the academy solution, like apply meditation at the same time, educating parents how to approach their children more effectively. But the good points you just showed that we approach adults in general about a lot of attraction because they are parents as well. So like it's indirect and direct way. So the direct way is academy training, and the indirect way is a lot of attraction for adults. So when they their personal growth is developed, so they're gonna think that, oh, I was not conscious, so that makes me unconscious parents. Now I'm conscious. Now I can be a better parent. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Master, for the advice.
Thank you.
And Master, last but not least, I would like to say that I know that I told you so many times that you gave me the permission to translate and interpret your message to Vietnamese people. And it's really my pleasure to have the permission from you. And especially today, I know that you have a lot of things to do, but you still sit here and give me the time for me to interview. And thank you, Master, for being here. And thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Han, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank
Love
you,
and press to everybody. Namo Himalaya. Namaste.
Namo Himalaya, Master.